Today, I want to talk to you about scholarship essays. I know, writing essays isn't a popular topic. In fact, some of you may shy away from applying for certain scholarships if they require an essay. But writing an essay shouldn't prevent you from going after funds that can help you pay for your education. So today, I want to take just a few minutes to share some tips to make the process easier. Did you ever write or create an All About Me poster when you were a kid? Well, that's the first place that I want you to start. You don't have to make a poster if you don't want, but I mean, if that sounds like fun, go for it. But you can just make a list. Make a list of your qualifications. Think about things like your personal interests or activities that you enjoy doing, clubs or organizations that you've been a part of, jobs that you've held. Are there any awards or achievements that you should share? Even think about your family's heritage or culture. How about hardships that you or your family have had to overcome? When you make a list of all of these things, it will help you not only as you write, but it can also help you to know what scholarships you might be a great candidate for. The next thing you want to do is make a list of what they want. Are there certain formatting guidelines that they gave you? Maybe like the type of font or the size of font, spacing issues. Did they tell you a minimum or maximum length requirement? Do they want you to save the file and submit it in a certain format? Make a list of all of those things so that you have them at hand when you get ready to write your essay. Okay, once you've done those two things, it's time to start writing. Now, I'm going to give you my most important piece of advice. So are you ready? Throughout the process, make sure that you save your work. As a writer, I can tell you there is nothing more frustrating than making really great progress and then realizing you've lost it because you forgot to save it. So just save it throughout the process. Another thing that you'll want to do is create an outline. When you create an outline, this will help you as you write to make sure that you have order and cohesiveness. It will also make sure that your essay is really easy for the reader to follow along and understand. Now, there are three main parts that you're going to have in your essay: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. The introduction should be about 1 paragraph in length. This is your chance to grab your reader's attention and let them know who you are. Have fun and be creative with this part. You could share a personal story, maybe a favorite quote, tell them why you chose your major, or anything that will help them get to know you. Sometimes this part can be a little hard to get started on, so if you're struggling, it's okay to just put a pin in it and save it for later. Work on the body and your conclusion and then come back to the introduction. Next, you want to tell them where you are now. You're going to take the things that you talked about in your previous paragraph and show them how they have made you the person you are today. For example, if you shared an obstacle that you overcame, can you tell them how you overcame that obstacle? Keep it positive and upbeat because that's what they need to see, that you are a better person because you have come out on the other side of that obstacle. Maybe you shared with them an achievement. Can you tell them how you worked to achieve that and be successful in that endeavor? Another thing that is great to include in this section, if you have financial needs that their scholarship will help with, you can include that here. The last part of the body is where you're going. Take time to tell them what your career goals are and how your education is going to help you get there. Also, it's really great if you can tell them how your education is going to help you give back to your community and to society. The last section is your conclusion. This should be 1 paragraph. In this section, you want to make sure that you thank the donor for the opportunity to apply for the scholarship. You also want to tell them how their scholarship will make a difference in your life. A great way to end is by referencing something that you mentioned in your opening. This ties the whole essay together. Okay, so you're done writing, but that doesn't mean you're done. I encourage you to take a few days to step away and let everything simmer. Then go back to your essay and read through it again with fresh eyes to see if there's anything that you'd like to change. After you do that, ask 2 to 3 trusted people to proofread it for you. Ask them to look for things like typos, grammar errors, but overall cohesion is another thing. Does it make sense to them as they're reading? Once you make any edits that they suggest and you agree with, you are ready to save your work and then submit your essay using the format that was given in the application. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us here at ECTC. Writing a scholarship essay, it isn't fun and exciting, but when you submit a polished product that you're proud of, it will be worth the effort.